Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who's new, I'm Leorah and I'm so glad you found me. So welcome to today's video where I'm going to do some makeup and I'm going to chat with you, and that is basically what we're doing here lately. I used to have a way more professional channel. I'm taking it a little bit more easy because that just makes more sense in my life right now. So if you're up for that kind of a content, then please stick around, watch it and subscribe if you want to, and if you don't, then you don't. So that is all fine, but in any case, that is me. I am a makeup artist and stylist. Right now I am also kind of very much into dog training and rescue animals and things like this, so that is also a very big part of my channel right now, me talking about it basically. So, and that is what we're also gonna do today. So I'm going to use in today's video this palette from Unearthly Cosmetics. This is the Dead of Night palette. This is the last palette I think that was released. I'm honestly not much on Instagram right now. You might have noticed that I'm also not posting a whole lot. I'm just always outside with the dogs, so you know, so that is a little bit lacking in my life right now. I will hopefully get back to it a little bit more. Okay, so my eyes are primed and creasing, so it's about time to put on some makeup. So this is the palette. I received this in PR from Unearthly Cosmetics. I'm on their PR list. I also do have a code in case you want to use it. All my codes you will find in the link tree. Down in the description box there is a link to my link tree, basically with all my information that you need to know. Okay, so this is the palette, and I think this is a beautiful palette. Super nice color scheme, and of course if you like it a little bit more bold, then this could be your thing. All right, sweeties, so let's just go in. I think I want to do something with purple today because I also do have some purple here in my winter sweater, which is kind of really heating me up nicely. So we shall see what we're gonna do. All right, because last time we did a very fairy-like and very soft look, and I think this time we could go for something a little bit bolder. Bolder. Yeah. All right, so I'm not 100% sure. Maybe let's go in with this one first. That's also something new that I'm doing, that I'm usually now going in with the lighter color first. Do you remember that I was always very strong on going in with the darkest color first, and I ended up blending for like 1.5 hours, and I'm just like, I have stuff to do now, you know, I can't. So that is really also like a big thing in my life right now, that I just, as much as I love makeup and I love perfect makeup, perfect in whatever perfect is, okay, but I just don't want to spend that time anymore. I want to have more things in my life, you know, and two of those more things are actually lying here next to me on the floor. And I know I read the comments under the last video where someone said maybe we'll get a glimpse of it one day. I will, hopefully at some point. I'm going to take a picture or something, and I'm going to let you see how they are lying here and how cramped in we are here, because you know what you see here looks very nice. It looks like everything is perfect and everything, but this is really just this tiny little corner. I have 3 dog crates around me. I have a very big fridge here because, you know, I need a second fridge in order to feed my family, and then the rest is storage. It's stuff piling up, you know. So just to be completely honest here, this is how it looks, and that's how real life is. So I'm just, you know, this is what you see. That was my phone falling down. This is what you see here, and now one of my dogs is actually moving my lights here again. Okay, sweeties, let us talk about something, because I still owe you one story regarding my rescue dogs. Now, if you've just found me and you don't know, I have 3 dogs. They are all really still puppies, and the first one we got at the end of April. We got him from a breeder. He's a German Shepherd. He's now 10 months. He's now 10 months old. All right, then on the 1st of August, during my YouTube break, we rescued a black German Shepherd, and that's a story that I'm going to tell you today. And now just recently, like about 3.5 weeks ago, we rescued a Belgian Malinois from the dog shelter, and she is 10 months old also. Okay, so but the one that we got on the 1st of August, the black German Shepherd, her name is Raven, and she is 7 months plus. All right, so she is also still basically a puppy, an older puppy, and she's beautiful, and I want to tell you that story because I still owe you that one. All right, so we did not really plan to add any dogs after our first one. We had Rex, and that was fine, and that was the plan. Yeah, and that's basically what it was. Now, during the summer, I spend, of course, a lot of hours in the dog park with Rex, and I'm also talking a lot to people. There are other dog owners, because that's just how I am, because I like to be in touch with people and to talk, and that's why I'm talking to you here, because you can defend yourselves. You just, you know, I'm just sitting here talking. Yeah, so that's what I did. And I was talking with a guy who is also there with 2 of his dogs, okay? So he has 2 dogs. He has a German Shepherd female, and he has a pit bull. Both of them are females, and the pit bull is a rescue, okay? So he used to breed German Shepherds with his female German Shepherd. Now, he doesn't do that anymore, but he still has all the connections to the Facebook groups and all of that, where people post all kinds of stuff regarding dogs, puppies available, this and that and the other thing. Now, we were talking about dog breeds that we like and whatever, you know, the typical conversations that you have in a dog park. You know, who is the smartest dog, and I don't know, who is the most trainable dog, and who are the dumbest dogs, whatever, you know, stupid conversations just to like pass the time. And so we were talking, and I was like, oh, I'm so into this whole rescue thing, because rescuing animals is just something that is really on my heart ever since we rescued our cat, because we also have a rescue cat, who is now with us for almost 3 years, let's say 2.5. And ever since we started to rescue animals, it is just something that fills my heart like more than anything else. All right, so let me just go in with my bone color mat, which is not part of the palette. I just always have that here on my desk, and just it helps to blend out everything a little bit. All right, so in any case, we were talking, and he was actually going into his groups while we were talking, into his Facebook groups, into all of his old breeder contacts, and scrolling through and seeing what is available, okay? And then I was telling him that I'm actually, you know, totally into the shepherd kind of dogs, no matter which shepherd dogs, that's just my thing, okay? I'm really attracted to these kinds of dogs. And that I just find that black German Shepherds are so beautiful. And you know, me being originally from Germany, it kind of felt like this is the perfect thing for me. Having German Shepherds is like, I don't know, biting in your favorite sausage. It just feels like this is the right thing to do. Okay, so in any case, while we were talking, he stumbled across a post from someone who used to be a breeder, and who had 2 black German Shepherd puppies left that he needed to get rid of very fast, because things were spinning out of control. All right, so he sent that post to me, and I took it home and I mulled over it. And of course, in a situation where you have to rescue an animal, and at this point I wasn't really sure that this would be a rescue, but it ended up being one, you kind of have to make quick decisions. Right now, I am not really married to a husband who is for quick decisions. He's my anchor. I'm the quick decision, butterfly, take me away kind of a person. And he is the kind that says, okay, so let's think about this. Drives me nuts, but it's very healthy. Okay. So in any case, so we thought about it and talked about it within the whole family for, I don't know, 2 days, something like that. And then we decided we are going to go drive there and look at the puppy or the puppies. Okay, so that's what we did. And I was very excited about it, but we also did not like promise anything to the kids or anything that we're going to come home with the puppy. We said we're just gonna look at them. Okay, let's just go in with the next color because I'm just too slow. So let's go into this one here, Dimness, and let's just deepen up the look a little bit, and then we shall see. I think it's probably going to be more of a dark look. I'm kind of into this today, maybe because of the weather or something. So in any case, so whenever a couple days later we drove to close to Haifa, which is a city in the north of Israel. Okay, so we had to go to a little village just like off Haifa, and it was actually a Druze village. Druze is a minority in Israel, the Druze community, okay? And we drove there, and that is the contact that I had been sent, okay, for those black German Shepherds, okay? So we went there, we met that guy who was living with all kinds of animals in a little, I don't know, in a little area, fenced in area with a bit of caravan on it. This is where he lived. He was my age, he was 43, and he was an army veteran. Now, Raven's mom, the mother of the puppies, she was his dog in the army. Okay, so they both got discharged after serving in... the dogs moving around next to the crates. They got basically discharged together after serving in, I don't know, clashes or whatever in Lebanon. So the guy basically was very, very traumatized, and I think he kind of felt like breeding his dog would be a good idea. Now, I don't know. He seemed to be really, really in hot water with all the animals that he had. He had also goats and birds and cats and a Turkish Mongol, I think. These are huge, huge dogs. The one that he had there was 6 months old and already like bigger than a pony, seriously. So it was kind of incredible to see, and in a way this kind of lifestyle is so what I want to have. But I could also see that this guy was so not on top of things. All right, so in any case, we saw the mom of Raven and her sister, and you know, he let them out of the kind of the cage or the whatever that was where they were in, and then we got to choose one. Yeah, so basically that is what it was. Now, they looked okay to me. Now, I'm not the super most experienced person in judging if a puppy is good or not. Of course, I can see, is this an active puppy? Is it aggressive to its fellow puppies, or is it more like held back, or is it more curious? Things like this, of course, I can see. But I don't have any like in-depth knowledge of psychology of dogs or something. I do things according to what I feel. Okay, so but they look good to me. They were maybe a little bit small. I was very surprised how small they were, because when we picked up Rex, when he was, I think, 3 weeks younger than Raven was when we picked her up, he was much bigger, you know? So, and then I thought, okay, so they're females, they're probably not as big and whatever, and she's a work line dog, she is not a show line dog like Rex is. So, you know, they're not bred necessarily for the size. So we shall see. Okay, so my husband and I were standing there talking about it, and then we decided which puppy we want to have. Okay, so only really when we took her home, we kind of found out that she is not in a good condition. I mean, I was sitting with her on the back seat of the car, and I was kind of stroking her, and I felt how bony she is, how her bones, like how I could feel her bones under the fur, and her fur was very, I don't know, not a good condition. And I had also thought, you know what, it is really, really weird that they don't, at week 11, they were 11 weeks old, that they had not been introduced to like solid food. They were still nursing, but the mom at that point doesn't have that much milk anymore. So I was like, something is really, really wrong here. But I was like, okay, so we'll take care of it. She'll make up for whatever she has been missing now. Now, we took her home. We introduced her to Rex, and it all went pretty well. I was really, really relieved that Rex took her so well, but he's very well socialized with other dogs, and of course it is a different story when you bring home a dog to his territory. It's different, but he was also just still pretty much a puppy, so it all went well. Now, at some point, one of my kids said, "What is crawling on Raven?" And then I looked and I saw that there were hundreds and hundreds of mites. Is it mites? I think it's mites. You know, these tiny little black creatures that are just like if it's not mites, if I'm mixing up the words, I'm going to put the real word here, okay? But in any case, I think it's mites. So that was so disgusting. So I sent my husband immediately to go and buy this kind of like solutions that you put on the fur to kill them off. And in the meantime, I was taking them off like with a louse or lice comb as much as I could. And it was horrible. Now, we had to, of course, introduce her to real food. So we did that, and she could not digest anything. She got diarrhea from everything. She had bloody poop all the time. She was full of worms. Sorry if that disgusts you, but it's part of real life, so that's what it is. I was really, really shocked, and I could not find any food that she could digest without just like getting diarrhea and just pooping it all out again, you know? So it was really, really hard for the first month. We were struggling in the sense, or she was struggling, you know, to gain weight, to find balance, to like even start to develop. But then she did. And then we found the right food, and then she did. And once we had finally gotten all the worms out of her, who were of course also kind of taking the energy and the nutrients away from her, she started to develop so nicely. And now she is a very big puppy, and yeah, and we are so glad to have her. She is probably going to be the alpha of the pack, I think. She is quite the character, and it's actually really, really good that we added our Dakota, our Belgian Malinois now 3 weeks ago, because work-line German Shepherds and Malinois kind of have a very, very similar energy level, and these two, they just hit it off like this, and they play. When I take them to the dog park, they play and run and run and run and run. You wouldn't believe it. So maybe at some point I'm just going to have to make a video just about that and show you, you know, clips from the dog park and clips from when I'm walking them and whatever, because I'm really out with them a lot during the day. I go twice to the dog park, twice, you know, if it's not raining, of course, but I go twice to the dog park, and I take them for 3 walks in addition to that. So I'm getting a lot of workout too, which is good. Okay, so I can see that this is a little bit patchy, and you know what? I have that a lot ever since I started to go in with the lighter shades first. I'm kind of like battling a bit of patchiness, especially on this eye, because I have this stupid scar here, and once the primer is set with the first color, it kind of, you know, I always have problems with that. It's not necessarily the product, because I have that, you know, if I use Nomad or Unearthly or P. Louise or whatever, it's always that issue that that I have. Okay, by the way, I'm using the primer from this one, Beauty Bay, okay, because I really, really like that one, and that's basically all all I've got. Okay, so I'm just going to like blend one more time over this with the lighter color, and then I think I'm going to just do the lid and call it a day, because otherwise I'm never going to get finished. Yeah, so that's basically the story, you know, but there we got a rescue case without even planning it, really, you know, because we thought that we are going to get a black German Shepherd from someone who is breeding, like officially breeding, but then it ended up being a case where he was completely overwhelmed with his PTSD and all of that, and he could not take care of the situation. So that is of course a whole other topic that people maybe just take on too much. People claim that about me too, but I think I'm doing okay. You know, but yeah, so I don't know what the guy was thinking. Maybe at some point in this whole thing he thought it was a good idea and it gave him joy and whatever, and he thought that he's doing something good, but then, you know, throwing more puppies on the market is not something that I'm necessarily for, because I am I'm very involved in the whole rescue animal thing, and I see how full the shelters are, and I'm kind of very, very tempted to make a video about the shelter where I got Dakota from, and actually film there and show you, you know, that would be so cool. But of course I would have to get the permission for that. I have to see what can be done, but I'm friends with a lot of people there now, so So we shall see if that is possible. I know that a lot of you here are, of course, also very, very positive for animals and like have animals yourselves and or used to have or whatever, and you understand that I am like that. Okay, sweetie. So that is this is the top part. I don't know yet what to think about it. I think it is a little bit not my best work. Okay, but that's okay. Let us just go in maybe with some green and some blue. Maybe let's just go in with this green here for the inner part here. And you can see that my fingers are still very, very affected by the cold. That's just another thing that I always battle during the winter. And then I think I'm just going to go and take this dark blue shimmer, which is so pretty. Yeah, so I think that's what I'm going to do. So in a nutshell, we basically rescued her without even knowing it, which is kind of really, really cool, because we just, you know, considered another dog, and we thought that this would be such a nice mix to have like 2 German Shepherds with different colors. And then we ended up being able to rescue one, and that is, it just makes it so much better for me, you know? So this is the blue, so stunning. So I'm just going to like put this here and then blend them into each other. It's kind of, you know what? I'm just considering that the purple is also a very, very cold purple. So the blue might not have been the best choice because it kind of gets drowned out a little bit. But in any case, it's a look. What can I do? All right, sweeties, so that is that. I'm just going to quickly finish this look, and I'm going to come back in just a second to show you the finished result and to say goodbye to you. And if I think of anything else that I need to tell you while I'm offline, then that is what I'm also going to add to this video, and beyond that I'm going to be back in just a second. Okay, my lovelies, here we are, of course, with the finished look. There's still some lash glue here drying, so never mind if you see a white spot. That is what it is. It shall go away. Okay, so I did do a little bit more of blending because I just cannot stop myself, but not too much. It is what it is. I think overall it turned out okay. Again, what I already said in the main part of the video, that when you go in with the lighter color, you know, chances are that if you're putting on a lot of more product after that, it's going to turn patchy. You know, that's just physics, I guess, or something. Makeup magic. Okay, sweeties, this is what it is. Okay, so I want to quickly tell you also how I finished the look. I did put a black on my waterline, and then for the inner part of the under eye area, I used this gray and I blended it into this blue, which is a super nice combination, if you ask me. And I love that they put the grays in here because it is beautiful. I love gray. I just love gray so much, especially when it comes to makeup, but I'm also starting to like it more in my clothes for some reason. Maybe I'm starting to calm down a bit. I don't know yet, but it could be. Okay, for the inner corner, I actually pulled in something else, and that is one of the highlighters from Copacetic Cosmetics. I have no idea if this is still available. This is, it says here Glow From Within, and then it's called, let me see, Halloween Magic. I bought this maybe 2 years ago. It has a purple shift and it's super beautiful, and this is how it looks. So in case you have that, enjoy. It's beautiful. Okay, so like I told you, I have no idea what is available right now because I'm just not interested, honestly. You know, I'm not planning to buy any new makeup. I'm fine with the few things that I'm still getting in PR, and I have tons and tons. I've probably like 500, 600 palettes here that I can use, so I'm not planning to buy anything. I'd rather donate my money to the shelter, honestly, you know? So maybe here and there I will pick up something. I don't know. I'm not going to like make a rule out of anything, but I'm just not very interested because I have everything. So, you know, that's basically what it is. Okay, so when it comes to my dogs, I'm just so happy that I have them. I honestly think that the last chapter is not written yet, even when it comes to stuff like that. I don't want to say more. It is just that my feeling is that I'm probably not done yet. you know? I don't know what that means. Does that mean we're going to adopt another 10 dogs? No, it does not mean that. But I know that I will probably still be very, very involved with animals in my future. Okay, so beyond that, I hope you did enjoy yourselves. I really did. I just really, really love to sit here and do makeup. It is so strange for me though, because I've not done filming makeup looks in such a long time, and I feel like a fish out of water, honestly. And it's so hard for me to concentrate. Like right now, when I was putting on my lashes, I was so grateful that I was not on camera, because Rex was licking himself so violently that I thought, if this would be now being picked up by my microphone, it's like, you know, I feel really, really weird about this, because I used to be here and just me, and now I have 3 dogs. The third one has joined in the meantime. So, you know, and sometimes they come in behind me, and then they want to eat from the garbage that is right next to me here on the floor, from the garbage can. And I'm like, this is just beautiful. But in a way, it breaks my need to be perfect, and that is so good, because this sickening need to always be perfect and to be flawless, it's a killer. It is a killer, and I need to get over it. And you know, in this, there's also a lot of learning for me personally beyond having the dogs and enjoying it so much. There is just something that is so healthy for me. So I could just claim that they're my service dogs, emotional support. You know? So yeah, in any case, if you liked it, then please, of course, let me know. If you want to, then subscribe to my channel, come back for my next videos, and of course, you may also watch the old ones in case you want to. And I shall see you probably next week. And up until then, definitely go ahead and sparkle. Hugs and kisses. Bye.